We would like to say that we indeed asked for channels for temporary parking at Winfrey Point. We have a history of parking at Winfrey Point up until 5 years ago. They've parked on Winfrey Point for decades. We love the Arboretum and also this beautiful part of the city.
Today the court dissolved the temporary restraining order placed against the city and the Dallas Arboretum with respect to the parking at Winfrey Point. The Arboretum, as well as the city, had pointed out the many legal and factual problems with the plaintiff's claims.
I would like to say how we as a park board look forward to the opportunity to continue conversations relative to long-term solutions for Winfrey Point and for the Arboretum parking. We enjoy working with the community as we always have. Short-term solutions will give us an opportunity to test some of these concepts without any long-term impact to the sites.
The mowing in Winfrey Point is done by the park department, not by us, so I have no idea what their schedule is now. We have overflow parking in other areas. The space at Winfrey Point was another overflow parking lot. It was never intended to be primary parking. And with the Great Chihuly exhibit opening, we're expecting large numbers of people to come and want to make sure that we can safely have them park and enter the grounds.
What the park board asked us to do, what the park board has asked the Arboretum to do, is to manage all of the parking activities on Winfrey. There's been a long-standing problem with parking on Winfrey relative to the issues to the events that are currently held there. In addition to that, and to address some of those overcrowded conditions for the Winfrey event parking, the park board allowed for temporary spaces up to 400 to accommodate those needs. At the same time, understanding that with the Chihuly event, there's a potential of a surge parking need on any given weekend that might exceed the Arboretum's plans currently for parking, and this is a final emergency backup for that in addition to the Winfrey parking activities.
There's a question. We have been talking with the park department about parking problems that have been occurring. In fact, there were 2 or 3 just in the last few months when large crowds showed up, once for a run and once just because it was a nice weekend, and people were parking haphazardly all over Winfrey Point. Now, that's dangerous. It's unregulated, uncontrolled parking. It's an ongoing discussion. There needs to be a solution to the parking needs at White Rock Park. Right now, the city recognizes that the parking for White Rock is inadequate. And we and others are part of the discussion on trying to find options.
This is not something that's going to happen overnight. The whole issue that we're dealing with right now is the temporary parking. Everything else that's been in conversation is about long-term solutions, and that will require more conversation and time to work out.